Thank you, President, and good afternoon, friends. And on behalf of the kindred organisations, can I thank you for this opportunity to address your AGM today and to bring a message of support and solidarity from the wider trade union movement to this Congress after what has been another extremely challenging year for EIS members and for all workers. Another year where you have stood together and ably met the challenges you faced, not only through the outstanding leadership and boundless energy of your General Secretary, Andrea Bradley, and the whole EIS staff team, but also through the efforts of every single one of you in this hall. And as I never tire of saying, the most important leaders we have in the trade union movement are not found at General Secretary level or on the top table at conferences like this. It is you, the leaders in our communities, in our workplaces, on our picket lines, in our schools, our colleges and our universities. It is all of you working tirelessly on a voluntary basis to stand up for your members that makes the magic of trade unionism happen. Your efforts ensure that the EIS is a force to be reckoned with. The work that you have put in over decades to organise, to collectivise in your workplaces is what stands testament to the reasons why the EIS has been able to stand up, fight back and defend its members through the challenges of austerity, public sector cuts, the COVID pandemic, and in more recent years, the cost of living scandal that we are still suffering. You're the reason why, when your General Secretary, Andrea Bradley, speaks, the government listens, because they know that not listening has consequences. And yes, the EIS is an institution that carries weight. It has a first-class reputation for being the preeminent voice of educational professionals. It has a long and proud history of being Scotland's largest and one of the one's oldest teaching unions. But while that might get you in the door, we all know that it's your collective power as workers that shifts the dial for the decision makers. And being highly organised in every single workplace, being strike and ballot ready is the key to exercising that power. And if there's one thing that I know to be true, it's that when workers come together and fight back, workers can and do win. So I'm going to praise every single person here today because you know what winning looks like. In recent years, you've fought back and delivered for your members, forcing the Scottish Government and COSLA to find more money for hard-pressed teachers' pay packets at the height of the cost of living crisis. And just recently, ahead of the elections, to come up with a package to meet their long overdue promises on staffing levels, workload and classroom time. That is the power of being in a strong strike-ready union, and that is the power of the EIS. And in further education too, I've been really humbled to see the brave actions fought to defend pay, conditions and jobs in a sector that remains in an unsustainable financial meltdown. In our recent elections, that passion to deliver for our members is something that's going to be very, very important moving forward. Over the past 2 years, our movement has been on the front line and standing against the cynical organising by extremist forces in our communities. Forces that call us woke because we care, because we offer our solidarity to some of the most vulnerable, while they seek to divide, to scapegoat and to blame. The recent election results simply confirmed the reckoning that we've warned those in government was coming. But they also confirmed that our movement's role in rebuilding class politics and class consciousness is absolutely critical. Because as a trade union movement, we can no longer accept austerity continuing to cause carnage in our communities. We must address the current situation where far too many working people feel betrayed and forgotten by the political class. And our central message to our governments at this time is workers, ordinary workers, are crying out for some security. And it needs to be your job to ensure that your manifesto promises are a starting point for building the security that our members deserve. Because every cut made, every promise broken, every scandal that takes place kills off people's hope and trust in the political process. It poisons our democracy, and it's a gift to the populist far right. And the poison of Farage and his cronies has been able to spread only because people are rightly sick and tired of our governments failing to deliver. So we need to start seeing some proof that they're willing to fight our corner. That means delivering secure, unionised work that tackles the cost of living scandal. It means delivering wages that pay our bills and gives families the decency of decent living standards. And it means fully delivering on the Employment Rights Act so that we can get on with organising in workplaces and making our rights real. Because when workers rise, inequality falls. And we know there's more than enough wealth in our economy to pay for these demands. It's just concentrated in the wrong places. And in the period ahead, we need to send that message out really clearly that working people are no longer going to tolerate a tax system that means the poorest 10% pay proportionately more than the richest 10%. We will no longer tolerate our governments dodging the radical questions on public ownership, on tax, on wealth and on income. In Scotland, the regressive council tax has become the absolute symbol of the broken promises of the political class. It's the noose around the neck of local government that fails to raise enough to fix our roads, to stop our schools from crumbling, or to rebuild the vital local services that people so desperately need. And that's why the STUC has asked all progressive parties in the newly elected Parliament to join us to explore how we can replace the council tax with a system that works, a system that will ensure those with the broadest shoulders pay more, so that we can build sustainable public services based on the values of social and economic security. And let's be under no illusions, we are in dangerous times, with a worsening international situation where the world turns on the whims of a deranged US president, and with huge living and energy costs impacts that are coming towards us and unfolding. We're going to need to fight hard in the period ahead for our values and our members with every single lever that we have at our disposal. So in concluding, friends, my message is this. Trade unions are the organised expression of working class control. We are the people on the ground, together, deciding that our voices matter, that our communities deserve better, and that our labour has real value. Scotland has the wealth, we have the talent, and we have the resources to build a fairer economy, one that offers real security for all Scotland's people. We need to call on the politicians to make that their mission going forward. And when times get difficult, we will be ready. We will meet the struggle head on. We will exercise our power as a collective. We will be loud, proud and strong and unapologetic in our demands, because we are no longer going to accept the script being written for us. We, the workers, need to be the authors of our own future, and there can be no more allowing that script to be written by the bosses or the billionaires. We are going to start writing our own story. Solidarity to all of you. Thank you very much.